Welcome to the Qigong Global Summit, a free online event featuring some of the world's foremost Qigong teachers, sharing simple yet powerful practices to cultivate abundant Qi flow for succulent health, longevity, and inner harmony. Share this event with your friends and family, and come join us on Facebook at the Shift Network. And now your host, Sharon Smith.
Welcome, everyone. We are so happy that you're joining us today. I'm so thrilled to introduce our special guest, Marie Carmela Favorito. Marie is the founder and director of the Universal Tao Boston, a school of Taoist practices established in 1986. With over 30 years of experience, she is one of North America's senior instructors of the Universal Healing Tao and holds 14 advanced certifications in Qigong health and well-being practices. Marie's teachings include meditation, Tai Chi, Qigong, energy healing, and Qi Tsang, abdominal massage. I'm so happy that you're here, Marie. It's so wonderful to see you here today.
Thank you, Sharon. And thank you for this opportunity, Sharon. I appreciate the invite to be a part of the Shift Network Qigong Summit and to have a great conversation with you. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
So, Marie, you found Qigong and Tai Chi over 30 years ago at a time when many people had never heard of this practice. And you really took the ball and ran with it. Can you tell our audience about your original motivation to practice and how you have continued to maintain your practice over 35 years?
Well, I originally came to Tai Chi and Qigong for health and well-being. I was feeling like I had a lot of energy, but I didn't know how to quite manage it. I had some allergies, and I was doing acupuncture, and I wanted something else to do besides going to someone else. I wanted to take care of myself or complement complementary medicine. So I started with Tai Chi, moving meditation, because I was very kinesthetic. I am very kinesthetic, and I took to it like a bee in a flower. I just really enjoyed it. I was always very athletic, kinesthetic, and Tai Chi was so different. Moving meditation, working with Qi, life force. Where I grew up, I just never heard of energy work, life force. It was through acupuncture that I started my journey and started to learn what these terms meant. And Sharon, I fell in love with it. And that's why I wore this shirt. In fact, I was teaching to seniors this morning, and they said, "You have to wear that shirt to your interview here." I said, okay, because I called it For the Love of Qigong. And I, for the first time in my life, realized that this was a path I wanted to go down. I hadn't ever had that sort of awakening before. It helped me ground, center. I managed to stop doing acupuncture, although I still do acupuncture from time to time, but I didn't have to depend on it. So when you raise your vibration through these practices, it means you take control of your energy. You build a relationship with your energy and your life force, so there's more you can do for yourself. And that was the part I really wanted to share with other people. Self-care, self-love. I call this For the Love of Qigong. For the love of Qigong. Because I love Qigong, I love Tai Chi, I love all different kinds of movement. And at first, I didn't think I was a meditator, but I learned to love to meditate. I learned to have a balance between movement and stillness. And that's not anything you can really teach anybody. You can only lead them in the direction to really go inside and understand what stillness is. So I realized my nervous system was calmer. My nervous system felt stronger. My constitutional energy was stronger. And from doing these practices and the acupuncture, because when you raise your energy, whatever energy work you're doing complements. So, yeah. I think
awesome. So, Marie, there are so many different styles of Qigong. Most of them share some basic principles such as refreshing your energy, getting in touch with nature, and letting go of cloudy, murky Qi. So, what do you think are the essential elements of any Qigong practice, and how does someone choose a practice that will be the most beneficial for them?
That's a really good question. Again, you have to build a relationship with your life force energy. You have to know what your limitations are, where you want to get beyond your limitations in terms of your physical body. And so when I mean build a relationship with your life force, build a relationship with the Qi inside your body, as well as the Qi in nature. So if you feel really good walking in nature, it's going to be enhanced and complemented by connecting with heavenly Qi or earth Qi or human plane energy around us, because we're living in a pool of Qi and we want to draw that to us, and that helps us refine our energy. So like I said, I started with movement because I was very kinesthetic. I work with people of all ages, but I also work with a lot of seniors. And so I want to strengthen their legs and their relationship to energy. And I want to also bring joy to the classes and to Qigong. It's really about having presence. And so being in the present moment, having presence, not being distracted from your mind. And how do you do that? Does that mean breathing in your belly? Does that mean simple washing heaven and earth energy through the body? Does that mean sitting quietly? If you're sitting quietly, the Taoist meditations are fantastic because it's an active / passive meditation. So you're not just trying to empty all those thoughts that are invading. You're directing the energy, you're directing your mind to smile or to circulate through the acupuncture channels. So you trick yourself into getting into the relaxed Qi state very quickly. We have sympathetic and parasympathetic. I want to be in parasympathetic as much as possible. The world has so much stimulation, especially now during COVID with so much stimulation. How do you keep your center? So I have the conversation with people. Can you do some breathing? Can you do some standing? Can you do some simple movements every day? Keep it simple. Stay relaxed. Less is more. The more you're relaxed, the more the Qi flows. Can you tell I'm Italian? When I teach my seniors, I try to bring a little humor into classes. So, Tai Chi, crane's beak. This is China. And then you turn it over, and this is Mangia. This is Italy. So they bring a little humor into it, and they start to smile. So smiling is highly recommended. I always tell them to watch humorous movies instead of sad movies. But anyway. Am I answering your question?
Sure. Yeah, that's very helpful. So basically, one of the things that you're saying is to kind of pay attention to what you need. If you need to sit and be quiet, that's a good practice for you. If you are more kinesthetic, a movement practice would be better. If you're going through some very stressful time, you know that you need to move yourself into a parasympathetic state. That's sort of what you're saying, right?
Yes, yes.
Awesome.
Yep.
Okay, so, you brought up the fact that you teach seniors, but I also know that you have taught in many different kinds of physical venues. I know that you've taught in hospitals, fitness facilities, veterans organizations, among others. And now you have a very active online teaching schedule. So you've answered this a little bit, but I'd like you to elaborate on it even more. What is it about Qigong that you strive to impart to your students, no matter who they are, what kind of health they're in, or where they might find you?
Okay. So, again, building a relationship with your energy and trying to feel it, recognize it, trying to play with it, enjoy it. Simplicity. If you give, some people like complex movements, some people don't. So you have to ask questions and find out, do you want a simple exercise, simple Qigong? Or do you like 108 movements, and that's challenging for you? So what is it that inspires you to do practice? Have you noticed when you are meditating and just breathing that you had more energy? So it's really looking into, it's a lot of self-discovery. Yeah, self-discovery.
And what about the concept? I know you've talked in the past about self-care, self-love. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, in our society, we don't necessarily take the time. People have value on their money. Sometimes they don't want to spend money on self-care. They feel like it's selfish. But the more you love yourself, the more you have, the more love and energy you have for the people you take care of, the people in your sphere. And love is the highest vibration and frequency. So we work a lot in transforming emotions to the highest frequency and trying to live in that place. But we're always having to be challenged to stay in the center, stay in the core, transform the energy, find the balance between the intellect and the emotions and intuition, digestion of life, digestion of food, but also your thoughts, your challenges, your life challenges. So ask the question or ask me another one. Repeat it.
So I just want to shift gears a little bit here.
Okay.
You're also a master gardener and a landscape artist.
Oh, thank
Can
you.
you speak about your relationship to nature and how your interest in nature and plants overlaps and supports your Qigong practice?
Well, I used to think it was my training for Tai Chi and to become an instructor. It was physically challenging, but it's a very creative. I consider myself an artist as well as a teacher and a healer. So the artistic aspect was a big draw in terms of creating beauty, creating color, shape, form, and yeah, I love creating beautiful gardens and co-creating, so that I'm not just creating for myself, but for the client and what they want. I learned that right away in the beginning when I was starting to design gardens. How does it relate?
Well, I'm interested in knowing, how you see your interest in nature and your gardening,
Yeah.
your artistic outlet as connected to your Qigong practice? I mean, what is it about Qigong that has nurtured your connection to nature?
Well, it's helped me recognize when I'm in nature, when I'm working with the soil, the dirt, the earth energy, when I'm out in the sunshine, when I work outside in the fresh air, I'm healthier, I'm stronger. And I'm, like I said, very kinesthetic, so I'm not the type that could stay inside all the time. I need to be out there. So it was a perfect blending of being in nature, loving nature, and making a living, and combining. Because I would, after a day of gardening, okay, you're being fed by nature, but you're also working really hard. So I would always go and teach my classes post-gardening. Right now, because of COVID, I'm teaching about 6 days a week. Not a 9 to 5, but almost every day. So it feeds me in terms of having a good practice. And it feeds me because I like to make people smile, and I like to help them get healthy and learn to stay in their core, stay in their center around the chaos.
And nature really helps us do that when we're connected with nature, when we can see the cycles of nature and observe how the seasons change and our connection to that whole cycle.
Yeah. I'm teaching the 5-element theory to, seniors in their 80s and 90s, 70s, 80s, 90s. I'm so proud of them. It's exciting. They're curious. If you're curious about life and you have goals in life, you live a long life. So part of their goal is not always to have a super long life, but to have a good quality life. And doing these practices helps you stay healthy, keep your legs strong, keep your body strong, your emotions balanced, your mind with less chatter, and keep your spirit strong. So all those aspects of who you are, your energy, your physical body, your emotions, your mental health, and your spiritual health. So finding a balance in life, and that's really what we're trying to do here. At least that's my approach to why we came to the planet.
Awesome. So I think our audience would be thrilled if you could lead us in a movement practice.
Oh, I would love it.
Awesome.
I would love it. All right. So let's start by just tapping your thymus gland and shaking a little bit, initiating the movement from the feet. Tap your thymus gland. Why the thymus gland? It's the center for rejuvenation. You want to keep your immune system strong. You want some stress reduction. Tap your thymus gland. And I'm going to run through a couple of exercises quickly and then slow down so that I can get in as much as possible. So tapping and stepping, connecting to the earth, and brushing. So tapping the thymus gland and energetically brushing down. Connecting your feet to the earth. Connecting to the electricity. You are a bioelectrical human being. So you want to stay connected to the electrons of the earth. Okay. Now, another thing I like to do is step, and tap the side of the legs for grounding. A very simple grounding Qigong, tapping the gallbladder meridian. And this particular point that your middle finger touches is very good for your hips, your knees, and getting the energy down. And then we're going to alternate stepping up and stepping back. So your brain gets oriented, proprioception, in all different directions. Kind of like the brain gym. So do a brain gym. Bring your knee up, bring your hand, opposite hand to the knee. Very important, and this is actually what Tai Chi does. Helps you connect arms, legs, upper body, lower body. It's left brain, right brain. It's a brain gym exercise. Almost all the movements. So now I would like you to just rock a little bit. Separate your feet shoulder width apart and rock, heels, balls of the feet. Stay in the center of the foot, just a little bit forward and back. And our purpose is to open the outer gates to ground. And what I mean by the outer gates is the palms, and this is pericardium 8, the soles of the feet, kidney 1, bubbling springs. Very profound, simple, rocking. The other gates are the crown. You can tap your crown, the perineum, the feet, the tailbone. Think about your tailbone. Bones are great conductors of energy. Feel the tailbone connecting to the earth. Bubbling well, connecting to the earth. That's kidney 1. Palms connecting to the earth. So when your hands are down, relax and feel like your hands are in the earth. Your fingers are in the earth. And let's shake a little bit before we continue with washing heaven and earth energy. So we shake with the purpose, when you wake up in the morning, just fully embody yourself. Shake a little bit, get the blood circulating, get the chi flowing. Shake down through your bones. Gravity. The more you stand, the more you strengthen your bones. And now back to rocking, connecting to the earth. And I want you to start to think about drawing the earth energy up to your abdomen and back down. And washing earth energy up to your belly, your abdomen, and back down. And then wash up to your belly and back down. Now let's pause and hold the energy here in your abdomen. This is one of the 3 fields. This is the lower abdominal field, original force. And just expand and squeeze into the center and expand out, squeeze into the center. Just getting familiar with the 3 dantians, 3 fields. Field of elixir, energy field, medicine field, and then slowly sink and come up to the heart field. And we're going into the center and coming out. Use your mind, feel yourself going in, coming out. And we're going to try and find some harmony in the 3 fields. Keeping a balance between your heart and your emotions, your brain and your intellect, and your gut feelings and your intuition and your digestion in your belly. Okay, so now let's come up to the upper field and open up. And open up. And going into the center of the brain and out. Finding a balance. Activating what we call the crystal palace, which houses in the center of the brain, the pineal, pituitary, all those glands, thalamus, hypothalamus. Master hormones. And coming up, sink, bring the hands up, feel a nice connection to your crown. Start to open your crown. And this is helping to open the way to heaven through the crown. And now I want you to just move in circles. Rock a little bit And breathe into the palms, the energy of heaven, yang force. Breathe into the palms. Breathe into the crown. And then start to bring it down. Washing heavenly energy down through your body, down through your bones, down through your cells. And then again, rocking and breathing into the palms, the soles of the feet, feeling your roots deepen, connecting to the earth through your tailbone, your feet, your palms. And begin to wash that earth energy up and bring it all the way up and through. Again, use your mind power, your concentration, your focus, your yi, and bring the energy down. So start to think in all directions. So your hands are coming down the front, but think about your palms being so powerful that you're moving the energy inside you and behind you. Start thinking in 6 directions. Front, back, left, right, above you and below you. And now I want you to do this. I want you to sink and bring the palms up to about your collarbone, and then stand, bring the palms down to the sexual center and sink. And we're moving the energy in a lot of different meridians here, the yin channels, and a lot of acupuncture points for cleansing and purification, for opening. Now I want to share with you an incense Qigong exercise coming up through the center. Remember, your bones, your hands together, help to move the energy because bones are conductors of energy, life force. So we're centering and coming down through the central channel, the center of the body, your core, the center of your 3 fields. So connect to the earth and come up through the center. So we widen, like a tunnel, widen the energy from the crown down through the 3 fields. Very important. And then down to the perineum and down to the earth. So the focus is in the center. We're still washing heaven and earth energy through the body. So the vibration of the stars, the planets, and the vibration of earth, moving and opening your extraordinary channels. You have a lot of energy that stems from your internal organs and comes out through the channels, down the arms to the fingers, down the legs to the feet. One more time. And now while we're up here, I want you to lift the sternum, the thymus, the chest. Stay relaxed, look up and turn. And come back to center and turn. And looking up to strengthen the fascia in the front of the body. Looking up, as well as connecting to the energy above. Looking up and looking up. And now we're going to come back to center. And given we're really close to a full moon, and the full moon energy has influence over our emotions sometimes because we're mostly water. The moon is yin. So it's the night before, the night of, and the night after the full moon that it's most influential. So we're going to connect to the moon energy. So I want you to, once again, energize the hands and the lower field. And then the moon is coming up, and you're framing it between your thumb and your index finger. And you come up and you look at the moon. And you watch it move across the sky. And you stay relaxed. And you just connect to the vibration of that silvery white yin light and bring it down through your body, down through your core, and let it refresh you, cleanse and purify you. And the moon energy, the moon goes down through the earth and it starts to rise again. Spread your thumb, fingers, watch the moon. And this time moving in the other direction. And you get a nice spiral in your spine. So you're always working the fascia, the tendons, the ligaments, as well as the meridians. And just by standing and moving, you're strengthening your bones. Start to move the energy down through your body, silvery white light, for cleansing and purification. And let's walk and brush. So the full moon Qigong, it's actually called the rhinoceros gazing at the moon. Now I want to give you an exercise to help open the spine. So rocking and breathing into the palms, the soles of the feet. Bring your hands up and connect left side and right side energies. Centering. And let's pause in front of the heart, the middle field. The jade phoenix nods her head. So we inhale and we go up with the fingertips, the palms connected, come forward and down. Now don't go too far at first. Relax. Relax your head, your neck, your spine. When you want to come up, bend your knees, press your feet, swing the arms up. And again, take a breath. Inhale and exhale. And you can do the heart sound. And again, this time, the jade phoenix nods her head, so we're coming up, forward, and then down, stretching a few more of the vertebrae and the spaces, cervical, thoracic, lumbar, tailbone. Come all the way down, relax your head, bend your knees, and swing up. Take a deep breath, inhale, exhale. Excellent. That's good. Let's come back. So another exercise to do for maintenance, for cultivating your life force, and is activating the lymphatic system. So we started with that by tapping the thymus gland. So we tap the thymus. And I want you to tap. Let's start in the abdomen. The majority of the large lymph nodes are here. And let's come down to the inner groin, where you also have a lot of lymph, large lymph nodes here, here. Come up the center. And I want you to do some tapping under your armpit every day. Tap. Come down the sides. Tapping, slapping, Qigong. And then we'll do the other side, under the armpit. Slap. Keep your lymphatic system healthy. Tap, tap, tap. And now, kidneys. Tap your kidneys. Pause for a moment and repeat after me. I love my kidneys. Tap, tap. Pause for a moment. I love my adrenals. Tap, tap. If you're going to hit your internal organs, you have to communicate. Give a little love. Tap all the way down the back of the legs. Actually, let's come back up. Kidneys, adrenals. This is important. Every day, use your fist and tap the sacrum. Tap the buttocks. Use your fist. Stimulate all those nerves. We do a lot of sitting, a lot of driving. Tap, tap, tap. So it's a good preventative for problems down the legs with the nerves. Sciatica. Prevent it. Tap, tap, tap. Tap your buttocks. And repeat after me. I love my gluteus maximus, my gluteus minimus, my gluteus medius. Maximus, medius, minimus. Okay, enough of that. Palms going all the way down, tapping the bladder channel down to the back of the knees, back of the legs. Tap the feet and come up the inside the legs. The spleen channel. Tap, tap. Abdomen. Come around the back. Tap from the top. I have the microphone, so I'm just going to tap here. Top of the lungs, down the inside of the arm. Use the whole body. Tap. Come down the inside and up the yang side. Top of the lungs. A lot of movement in the channels, a lot of healing in your tendons and ligaments. Now I want you to brush down the back and brush up the inside. Brush down the back of the legs, brush up the inside, so down the bladder channel, up the spleen channel. And I want you to brush, 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 stand up and brush down. And then brushing, tapping and brushing. Down the inside, beyond the fingers, up the outside. Down and up, down and up. And then you can graduate to the beater, the bamboo beater, but not today, not with 20 minutes. So now, back to breathing into the palms, breathing into your lower dantian. And I want you to hold the edge of your palm here, right near the pubic bone, and hold your hand, large intestine 4, facing the navel. Okay. And slowly coming up. This is the chi elevator. And coming down. And switch. And right up. And right down. Center. Collect your energy. I'm getting the signal. Okay. You're unmuted.
Awesome, Marie. That was really fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed.
I've always enjoyed how much fun your teaching is. And you really do express your love of Qigong in your practice and in your teaching. And, you know, I can see that if you practice with that loving energy over a long period of time, it could actually change a person.
Yes. Changes you and keeps you healthy. Keeps you in the relaxed state, which is no easy task.
Right. So, do you have anything going on now that our audience would like to know about? And you could also give your website so that people can reach out to you.
Sure. I'm teaching a lot of Zoom classes. My website is universaltaoboston.com. So universaltao, Boston.com. So I have a lot of meditation, Tai Chi, and Qigong classes, different days. I'm teaching 6 days between privates and Zoom classes because I love Qigong and I want to stay in my practice and I want to share this practice with you. I'll be teaching a Buddha palm, a healing hand workshop. I love teaching Qigong healing. That's often taught with the Chine Song, the abdominal massage, but I'll be doing just the Qigong healing form, Buddha palm. So if you'd like to join my mailing list, you can find out what else is happening. And I really appreciate the opportunity to be a part of Shift, and I appreciate your invite, Sharon.
Blessings. Thank you.
Much gratitude.
So I just want to remind our audience that if you would like to upgrade your registration in order for you to get access to the recordings of all of these incredible presentations, you can go to qigonglobalsummit.com/upgrade. And there are also some bonuses that you would receive for upgrading. So Marie, do you have any final thoughts that you'd like to share with the audience?
I forgot to say I have online courses at my website, DVDs, but they're a little outdated, so online courses are the way to go. And final thoughts, I hope to be doing this for many, many years, and also with you, Sharon. And thank you for letting me be a part of teaching Qigong and living Qigong. And thank you to my teachers, to Grandmaster Weilung, Master Montauk Chia, and Master Weilung Huang. And I have other teachers as well, but those are my most influential teachers. Who taught me internal alchemy, meditation, Qigong, and Tai Chi, and sword form. So I'm very grateful to my teachers. And that's how I'll end.
Thank you, Marie. That was a wonderful session, and I feel very invigorated and energized from that. And thank you to all of our audience for listening.
All right.
Thank you for joining us for the Qigong Global Summit, brought to you by the Shift Network. To learn more, visit QigongGlobalSummit.com. To join our global community of people awakening to their divine humanity and taking inspired action, visit theshiftnetwork.com. Thank you again for gathering with us and for sharing this healing path with your friends and family.